go. The search for negative karma. Yeah, my AC's been set to like 79 and 80 and it hasn't shut off. That sounds okay. Not super exciting, but fine. One of the things that's different about this configuration versus the last configuration of this deck that we played, the last build of this deck that we played had Simian Spirit Guides in it, I believe. So the lack of that is good. Thanks, Distortion. I'm just here having a good time, and as long as I can turn having a good time into making some money, that's what I'll be here doing. And if that stops, I'll stop, you know? For Ebenezer Scrooge, thank you, Lucatog, for the bits. I appreciate it. I'm gonna wait on the Mox Amber so they don't know that I'm gonna have 3 mana next turn. What do I do with my signed Deathrite Shamans now? Frame them, put them on the wall. Did you see Kiki Cord? Look, a broken clock is right twice a day and Blood Moon's a heck of a card. Storm. Ugh. Alright, well, I guess I do this, and then Mox Amber, and then Lannery, and then hope we don't die next turn. It's only 101 here. Brutal. We get to attack with Lannery, because if they want to block her, we crack the treasure. No, my wife just has some cheapo ones that she uses. Use some padding or leave some padding around the edges. Yeah, we're very likely to. I'm gonna sit down while we die. Take a load off. Enjoy the ride down, chat. Oh yeah, I am. Woo! Woo! Glad they left Stoneforge, Mystic Band. It's really unfair when you get to untap with a 2-drop in Modern and win the game. Oh wait, Stoneforge doesn't actually win the game, it just casts Batterskull. It's Baral that wins the game, and that card's legal. Whew, that's weird. Pong with that 6-month free subscription. The goose is loose. Let's tear it up. We're going to play some Temur Delver on Thursday. Storm is a very good and popular deck. Storm is a very good and popular deck. Very, very powerful. Somebody used the Google form. That's a good reminder. If you're thinking about submitting a deck, we are still in a temporary freeze. But when you are ready to submit a deck, or if you're a tier 3 sub, there is a fancy new Google form linked below the stream now. So check that out. Grixis Shadow is very good against Storm. If you hate... That's... So people often ask me... how do you find your Modern deck? What Modern deck should I play? And the best way... Before I send a donation to bump a deck, but I want you to know that you're playing Modern. We are playing Modern. We're playing Modern today, tomorrow, and Wednesday, and then the ban list updates for Legacy happen Thursday. So Thursday and Friday will be Legacy. I don't really have a local game store, Kurtia. And getting people to play something like that can be pretty difficult. I mean, this deck's really mana hungry. There's a lot of lands in our deck. Sorry, when people ask you what deck you should play in Modern, I should really just start asking them, well, what deck do you hate? All right, pick one that beats that one. What deck do you hate losing to? All right, now pick your deck based on the one that always beats the deck you hate losing to. Let me add a link. That's a good idea. Well, I was going to play Thalia, but Lannery Storm's pretty appealing here. I guess Thalia maybe slows them down a touch, which is nice. The Thalia or Lannery here? It's probably Thalia. A lot of their deck is non-basic lands. I should probably play the Thalia. And then next turn I can play this and smash. Nothing is swarming in Modern. People that think anything is terribly popular in Modern don't understand how Modern works. Modern is a format where lots of different things are always seeing play all the time. So it's the reason people love Modern. We did get a new sponsor, Lisa Mattresses, Lisa Bedding. I should probably say Lisa Bedding. They do pillows and stuff too. They do more than just mattresses. The discount code is for mattresses, though. So you reject a request? Yeah, I'll send an email back. So there's the reason why the email is required. Get that. People are saying too many Mox Ambers, why we got Faithless Looting. A lot of the product sponsors are probably going to be US focused, so the ones that you buy specific actual things. The non-digital ones. Tragic Slip. That sounds really hard to enable. Alec Pergio, thank you for the 3-month resubscription. A quarter viewer, welcome back. Thanks for continuing to keep me employed. I appreciate it. Seriously? We're just dead? Just no board, untap on turn 3 and kill me. Glad they kept that fucking Stoneforge Mystic card banned. Fuck that guy. Fuck that guy. He's too good. Get him out of here, chat. Get him out of here. All right, let's restart Magic Online. While I'm restarting Magic Online, I'd just like to thank everybody for hanging out here while we're playing decks that don't beat Storm today. My name's Jeff Hogan. I'm a full-time streamer, memer, content producer here on Twitch. If you enjoy my stuff, please consider subscribing to my channel. My subscribers are the people that keep me employed. I really appreciate all of them. You can also support my stuff by checking out some of my wonderful sponsors. MTGOtraders.com would love to buy and sell some Magic Online cards with you. And if you use code HOGO and PayPal at checkout with them, you'll save 8% on your singles orders there. Lisa would like to get you on your way to a better night's sleep. You spend a third of your life in your bed. You might as well have a great one. You can save $160 or more on your mattress with Lisa using codes bit.ly/HugoBed US or CA for Canada. They are only US and Canada currently. InkedGaming.com would love to help you customize your gaming experience. Using code Jeff12, you can save 12% on custom playmats, mouse pads, binders, and bags with them. And of course, I'd like to welcome everyone to Hooglandia. Please talk to your friendly neighborhood moderator about receiving your complimentary timeout. We just lost I almost said close one to Storm, but it wasn't close. Storm dumpstered us. We just got slaughtered by Storm. We're heading on into the second match with Red-White Legends here. Hopefully we can get an uptick going on. There's no reason to unban another fast card. Holy shit. Holy shit. Did you see what just happened to us? Do you know what turn Batterskull off of Stoneforge fucking kills you in Modern? Okay, so let me count for you for those of you that are bad at counting. Stoneforge Mystic puts Batterskull into play on turn 3. It attacks for 4. It attacks for 8. It attacks for 12. It attacks for 16. Whoa! Fucking turn 8. Do you know how long turn 8 is in Modern? It's an eternity! It's an eternity, chat! It's an eternity! It's so far! It's so far! Everybody can check Rant off your bingo square. Oh, it's turn 7 if you're attacking with the 1-2. That's fair. That's fair. Whew! Turn 7. Too quick. Too quick. It's quick. It's quick. It's like... It's fast like a velociraptor. Get him. It's too quick. Oh, Magic the Gathering. Oh, I missed a donation. Sorry, I was doing stuff. I'm sorry. That's a bump infect. This should bump infect to the top of the queue. Sounds great. Sounds great. Thanks for the support, McCullough. Definitely. Infect sounds sweet. Interested in killing people quickly. How about that Portillo? Stop baiting bingo squares, chat. I wasn't born yesterday. I understand how the game works. Suspend a Rift Bolt. Red Blackburn. Okay. Okay. We actually played Red Blackburn on stream over the 24-hour stream. It actually seemed really good. Okay, change to something else. If you would like to offer suggestions for other good control deck Steam Flogger, that would be welcome. No, JAC is still coming. It's going to be the league after this one, Maester. Have no fear. No further democracy required. No further democracy required. JAC will be happening the league after this. I don't intend to play it and cut Deathrite Shaman. I think 4-color control is probably too bad. Yeah, for people that are looking for Legacy content, all day Thursday, all day Friday are going to be Legacy. Celebrating freedom from our shackles. All right, we're going to have one more round of Jeff Does Social Media. Nah, that's right. This isn't worth it. So, like, this is the lesson from Jeff Does Social Media. Block. Especially people, and this is key too. This is key. If you're gonna give someone who's at least a pseudo personality on Twitter shit, at least make sure you follow them, because you lose nothing by blocking people who don't follow you, because that turd doesn't even That turd doesn't even follow me and bump my Twitter numbers. So like, what do I care what they say? If you're not gonna give me more social media reach, why should I interface with you if you're being an internet? I gave them one reasonable response. They decided to be an idiot again. So you block them. Makes everything happier. Everything much, much happier. What is in their hand? No, if they follow me, I just mute them, MTG Brews. Blocking sends a message. Messages are important. Messages are important. I'm gonna cast this Grey Ogre. It's worse than a Grey Ogre. It's a 4-mana 2/2. As someone wants to follow me, I don't block them anymore since Twitter has mute functions now. But if they're not following me and they want to be a dickhead, so blocking them lets them know that I feel they were a dickhead. We're casting Winter Orb against Burn. It's not good, but it's where we're at. Now, let me tell you this. One of the biggest attitudes you have to break yourself from, and this is hard. It was very difficult to break myself of this, because it's a very human instinct. The needing to get the last word in on the internet is bad. Because the people who are the dumbest have the most time to get the last word in against you because they're very dumb, meaning they don't have anything better to do with their time. So you're never going to get the last word in. They're always going to have another response. So just take a deep breath and don't respond. I think Wizards of the Coast has known that Deathrite Shaman and Probe needed to go for a long time, but they were waiting for the Legacy Pro Tour to shake the format up. They were waiting for the Legacy Pro Tour to pull the trigger. Correct, Bob. If you didn't have saving enabled, it's just gone. I also, like, when I upload my stuff to YouTube, Bob, I record locally, too. You can record locally simultaneously while you stream. Just not use the internet. Racks and Packs with that 2-month resubscription. Thank you very much and welcome back. I appreciate the continued support. Thanks for keeping me employed here. Wizard Lightning. Well, now I have no idea what they're doing. I thought I knew, but Blood Crypt Wizard Lightning has me questioning what I thought I knew. Navier with the 4-month resubscription, a third of a year. Welcome back. I appreciate it. Dark Confidant's a wizard. This is like a Nanbo with Bob, right? It deals 3 to you. Well, we don't have any spells really, but upside, our opponent doesn't appear to have any spells either. Alright, I feel like Ruinous Blast is supposed to come out here. Thalia seems like an easy in. I don't think I want Dust Drinker. I think I'm just boarding this in as a 3/4. Give this a try. It's impressive, Cletus. It's tough. Like, you know, just moving on with your life is good. It's good and great. Right? Punishing Waterfalls? Who's excited? I'm excited. I'm excited! Gonna get him. Gonna get him. It's almost noon. I'm getting hungry, chat. It's not even almost noon. I lied. It's not even 11 o'clock. What do we got here? I think this is fine. I've got a Lightning Bolt and I've got a Kytheon. Seems decent opponent mulligans. Now, this ain't like the ones on YouTube. Your advertising dollar goes really far in Hoogland. Ain't nobody clicking my shit out. It's really annoying me that this banner's the wrong size. Oh, I definitely did 1150. Get a little gimp action on stream there. We should be good now. Maybe I have to reload it. They have a Mishra's Bauble in their deck? That's so weird. Alright, so we're gonna play Kytheon. I'm gonna go ahead and loot here. This Drinker's not really doing much. Well, that's... I guess I actually don't need these lands, really, right? They're missing a land drop, so that's good for you. Or good for us. Do I use what exclusively? All right. Oh, Bodhi. Yeah, that's the only Linux distribution I use. It's the one I help manage. When you're an adult who just wants to use their computer, Ubuntu-based distributions are generally the best. You generally just want to, like, settle on, like, Ubuntu or Debian or Fedora, and then install your desktop of choice. Yeah, I think this deck is fine. This deck felt pretty reasonable last time we played it. Ruinous Blast is super powerful in the mid-range matchups or any decks that play to the board in Modern. And like, Mox is a pretty reasonable card. So I'm going to keep this in the drawer with the Scry. I've never used straight Ubuntu. If you're using their Unity desktop, I haven't touched Unity in years. I'm using 1804 with Bodhi's Moksha desktop on my computer upstairs, and it works fine. Ghost Quarter Vial, probably Shipbearers. $30,000. Wait, with a costume, $40,000. All right, $35,000. We actually just released Bodhi's release candidate for our new stable release last night. So if you're in the market for a new Linux distribution, you should check it out. Going to get lunch, don't go anywhere. I'll still be here. I'll still be here when you get back. What's going on, Zach? Howdy, howdy. Yeah, I really don't want to do it. If you want me to do something that I really don't want to do, it's going to cost you a lot of money. So do I crack this fetch? I'm going to crack this fetch. I just really don't want to get Leonin Arbiter. I physically can't grow that hair. It's probably best you don't put an actual price tag on it. Illegal. Depends on the crime and then money proportional to jail time. Thalia. It's rude. Yep, you can always see the donation queue by typing in this command. With a free Deathrite Shaman side and protest for a day. So they must have another 2-drop to put in here, right? Otherwise they wouldn't have put the Thalia to play off their lands. Past Thalia, meet current Thalia. We're gonna get Ghost Quartered potentially. It's a little annoying. Yeah, Deathrite Shaman should be sweet. Or Legacy should be sweet without Deathrite Shaman. Genuinely looking forward to it. Thursday and Friday. I don't know if I'm gonna be building new decks, but I'll definitely be playing new decks. Yep, this card's really not that good. I don't smoke. Oh. Yeah, so Vintage in the donation queue is called Intage for lazy sorting methods, basically. The format column is sorted alphabetically in reverse, so if I call it Vintage, it sorts it to the top, which I don't want it to be at the top, right at the top. Yeah, the Shoal Intel deck should be sweet. It'll probably have a rough Teamer Delver matchup, but Teamer Delver shouldn't be anywhere near the metagame percentage that all these Deathrite Shaman decks were. I should Path Thalia, that's a good suggestion. It frees up some of my mana, and they don't get a land because of their Leonin Arbiter. Although I guess if they, like, Thought Not Seer me this turn, I'm going to feel pretty bad about playing the Path out. Wow, okay, so we're getting aggressive here. They have a path as well. Thalia, sure. Ugh. I'm going to update the donation queue to replace the current Deathrite Shaman decks with something else later. But basically just the donation queue, as always. Actually, I'm going to eat their 1/1. If we draw a land here, we'll keep playing. If we don't, we'll... Oh, if I blocked that, that would have been a land. We are very dead. Well, this is a matchup where Ruinous Blast should be pretty good. These 4-mana non-creature spells feel pretty bad, though. Linvala seems fine. Immolating Glare, Immolating Inferno sounds insane. Deckenstone seems fine. Let's run it. You are currently sub Pure Johan. Well, feel free to re-up next month. I appreciate the support. I think what they meant by unban is there's a lot of people that imply we should print Wasteland into Modern is something I've heard suggested a lot, and I don't agree with that. I think the two decks that gain the most from the Deathrite Shaman ban are Temur Delver and Death and Taxes. I guess Reanimator, blue, actually probably three. Death and Taxes, Blue-Black Reanimator, and Temur Delver are the three decks I'd be most interested in playing. But it's possible that because Temur Delver and Death and Taxes will get better, that Blue-Black Reanimator still won't be good because it's not very good against Death and Taxes or Temur Delver. Field of Ruin is like a well-designed wasteland. It could be okay, Maester, is like a 1 or a 2 of at the top end. Yeah, I agree with that commonplace. In this strange way, their like legacy combo decks just got different. They got improvements, but they also lost something as well. Mono red sneak attack after the ban. That deck's actually probably pretty okay. That's probably a pretty reasonable choice again. Linvala doesn't impact Arbiter. Arbiter's not an activated ability, it's a special game action. Because Magic is intuitive and easy to understand. I think High Tide was unplayable before the banning, and it'll be unplayable after. This curve's really aggressive on the play. Just boop, boop, boop. I have people messaging me telling me they appreciate the finance community message. Oh, I'm glad that went over well. Yeah, Legacy Goblins should be a lot better. Actually, we have a Legacy Goblins deck towards the top of the queue, so we're going to see that on Thursday almost certainly. I spelled that wrong. Did I spell it wrong when I made the command too? Maybe I didn't make a command? I don't remember. One of these links is a Twitch clip. think it's this one. Oh, that's the wrong one. Let me tell you, chat. Let me tell you about something that will change your life. Alright, so let's make this happen here. We'll get to play Pia. Oh, they have another removal spell too? Oh, geez, shit! They messed up, and then I punted back. Fuck. Yeah, I'll export those to YouTube. Hey, now this doesn't make mana. Woof, that's gonna cost us this game. Very likely gonna cost us this game. Woof, I wasn't even thinking about that. Oh, so this is life-changing. So this here, this is called the clipboard manager. You probably can't see all of the text because tiny things, but these are like the last 15 things I've copied and pasted. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. It's much easier to manage your shit. Let you go back and grab that clip from 10 clips ago. Well, Mom and Pop Thopter Shop are going the way of the dodo here. How do you get that on your computer? If you're using Windows, Clipboard Fusion is a good clipboard manager that's free. If you are on a superior operating system, Clipboard Fusion also works, but there's also a lot of native tools that you can use as well. Clipboard Fusion actually works. It's fully cross-platform, I believe. It's Windows, Linux, and OS X, but I don't use it on my Linux partitions, just because like my desktop has a clipboard manager built into it. Yeah, you should play a bunch of Kozilek's Returns. Kozilek's Returns and Abraid's Duckles should give you a pretty reasonable shot. Can we concede? I'm gonna draw one more land before we concede. Meme Monday has not been successful today, chat. Meme Monday has not been. I'm glad we have Jeskai Ascendancy combo coming up next, because I really need to win some matches. I need a pick me up. I need a pick me up, chat. Yeah, not only is Kozilek's Return good against Death and Taxes because Mother of Runes can't stop it, but it's good because it's an instant too, because you can play it during your upkeep in response to them porting you. That finance clip changed the entire meaning of my existence. Yeah, I think the general consensus is that Mox Amber is not very powerful. Not game-breaking. Is this like the first balanced Mox they've ever made? I've not played a red-black prison deck before. You're welcome to submit it using the submission form under the stream. Also be aware that we are in a temporary freeze for the queue until I get a little bit more under control. I have no idea. We'll have to play some Legacy. I listened to you screaming freedom 30 times now. God bless. Fairest Mox to date. Yep. So they shocked there, but they didn't shock the first one. So that tells me they probably have a mana leak or a remand here, obviously. I do have a Alesha mattress at home. We've been using it for the last 5 weeks now. I really enjoy it. It's the first not cheap mattress that we've ever had, and it's quite great. Really, the more nice things I acquire in life, the older I get, the more I realize why people pay money for nice things. In general, I try to not advertise things on my stream that I don't use personally. So especially things like the mattress or clothing, like things that have big expenses or larger expenses like that, I like to make sure that I know I'm going to be shilling a quality product. So what am I running into a counterspell here? I feel like it's Mom and Pop Thopter Shop. I feel like I'd rather hold the Chandra for now, because I'd like her to resolve more. And like, if they Damnation me next turn, I get to untap and play Chandra, so like that's still pretty much a win for me. Okay, well, I've got this backup Mox here, which is great. Yeah, it's funny. Christy and I are talking about moving in the spring. And, like, we finally saved up enough money from, like, her having an adult job from a long time and me making a little bit of money from streaming now that, like, we're gonna buy, like, our first set of, like, new furniture that isn't just, like... The set of dressers and stuff we have in our bedroom right now are things my grandfather gave us when we moved into the house that are just like, I think they're probably pushing like 40 or 50 years old. I'm like, they're okay, but they're just like, they're gaudy and awkward, and they definitely don't look very nice. Not that there's anything wrong with hand-me-downs. We've used, you know, for a very long time and gotten by on them. Why casting anything at all here? Because we're gonna have to play through a cryptic command at some point anyways. They're field of rooting me, okay. Any way we can get Grandpa Hoog on the stream. He's closer than he usually is. He's up from Florida for the summer, but he still lives over an hour away from where I'm at. Yep, fully agree. You were tagged in this Reddit post. I mean, anyone who thinks Wizards doesn't have the data, like, you're silly if you think Wizards doesn't have the data. I've always known Wizards has the data. The issue is that they don't share the data. That's the issue. The issue is that they keep it all to themselves so they can flaunt it for us. It's possible I should have pathed the Snapcaster Mage maybe so they couldn't rebuy it. Yeah, they have all the win rates of all the decks. They know everything. They always have. That's not the first time they've referenced stuff like that. Far from it, in fact. Wizards, the people that are in charge of policy at Wizards of the Coast firmly believe that hiding information keeps their formats healthier. No, Toolboxer. See, that's a very uneducated stance. So people who are actually good at building decks and people who are actually good at Magic the Gathering, they want more data to make their new deck building decision with. Because people, there's people at your F&M and your local game store who say they love brewing and they enjoy doing it, and like, but they're not actually brewing competitive decks. They're building shitty decks with shitty cards that they have. People who are actually good at brewing know that data lets them build better decks. Having data enables people who are actually good brewers to build better decks. Having information, knowing what you're actually trying to beat, is very valuable as someone who's trying to build something that's actually competitive. Data allows them to optimize efficiently. I'm just gonna blast this upstairs here. It allows us to fine-tune current decks as well, right? Like, what cards do I want in my sideboard? Well, let me pull up the actual information so I can find that out for myself. Like, make educated and informed decisions. Basically, Wizards of the Coast, or the people managing it, someone there feels that their consumers will enjoy their game more if they're uneducated and uninformed on what's actually good. It's all guesswork. Flipped over a lightning bolt here. So, I don't know. This deck list probably isn't very good. I don't think Squeeze is something I'm really interested in. Squeeze is a really slow, clunky card in Modern in general. And this deck already has a lot of really slow and clunky cards in it. Howdy, Tycreg. Well, that feels really bad. I actually don't remember if we've played the colorless Eldrazi deck or not before. Ugh. My wife set my thing of granola bars too far back. Need to pull my desk forward. Poor Isamaru. OG, thank you for the brand new Twitch Prime support and welcome. I do appreciate it. I keep looking at this sideboard and like coming to the conclusion in what feels like every matchup that I don't have good cards to bring in Like, I've got these, I guess, but, like, I've got, like, 10 cards that I don't really want in my deck. So, like, I get to cut these, I guess. Definitely doesn't feel good. I guess Dust Drinker's okay, too. Jam Blood Moon, it's good against Magic cards. You're not, that's very Twitch chat of you. Your Twitch chat is showing. Yeah, they have Creeping Tar Pit. Alright, we'll board in Thalia and rip and hope for the best. Yeah, I guess splitting it is fine. They showed us, so it wasn't in play. I know the graveyard's small, but they showed us Tasigur. So I want to leave some paths in because they obviously have some Tasigurs in their deck. This hand's pretty good. We get to go Sacred Foundry, Kytheon, tapped Ancient Tomb, Isamaru, Ajani Vengeant. Yeah, 1,000's about normal for Mondays, Draven. Usually Mondays and Fridays are my higher viewer count days, which is why my schedule goes longer on Mondays and Fridays. We don't always hit 1,000, but on the days that we do, it's definitely on Mondays and Fridays. Usually it's a little bit lower during the week. A lot of the other people that stream Magic the Gathering don't like to stream on Mondays and Fridays. Well, that's pretty sweet for us. So they won't be able to counter this Ajani Vengeant. And then we get to start locking their lands down. I'm going to enter combat first here and see what they do. We have 2 copies of Looting to kind of smooth out having extra awkward legends. When's the next time I plan on playing Blue-Black Fairies? So, I could save this with the tech. Oh, this can only spend on legendaries. Never mind, I can't save that. Makes it feel too much like a real job, right? I just play decks as they come to the top of my donation queue, so I don't think Fairies is currently in the queue at all, so I'm not sure next time we're going to get to it. So, system is very straightforward here. I just play what people show support for that they want to see played. That is an Ancient Tomb for legendary things. It's really sweet. It comes into play tapped, but other than that, it's an Ancient Tomb for legendary spells. It's a good alternative to Chalice in the sideboard. I would say Leyline of the Void, but that's not really a budget choice. Yep. Alright, so now I'll lock their Black Source. This is why I waited until after they did a thing to use the Ajani Vengeant. Yeah, Captain Lannery's been very reasonable. I mean, she's great as a 2-drop, right? The mono blue Blazing Shoal Infect deck that we played recently is a very good budget choice, and green black Dark Depths is a very good budget choice. I think those are the 2 best budget decks in Legacy at the moment. Assume Thalia is not long for this world. hope you wrote down that ramp on brewing and data. Was that this league? It was recently, right? I'll make a note on that. I don't think so, Peak and Fern. Two of the decks that gained the most from these bannings are... Two of the decks that gain the most from these bannings are Death and Taxes and Temur Delver, and both those decks tend to be pretty good against combo decks. Alright, well, if they don't have a removal spell here, they're dead. Yeah, forces are definitely dollar dues. They're the most expensive part about the mono blue Disrupting Shoal deck. Probably commonplace. Seems like a fine deck. They taunted us with their data is what they did. They posted win rates of archetypes in their ban list update article, reminding everybody that the data exists. They're just a bunch of dill holes that don't want to share it. That refers to the, like a pickle hole, right? That's not some kind of offensive slur that I'm about to get set on fire for saying, right? As soon as it came out of my mouth, I was like, I'm pretty sure this refers to pickles and is not offensive, but I'm actually not certain. So I had a moment of panic there after I let the word come out of my mouth. But I think I'm okay. I think I'm okay. I'm definitely gonna Google it and make sure that that's an okay thing. Because if it really means pickles, that's definitely one we can say on stream. But if not, I shouldn't say it. Being from Beavis and Butthead does not necessarily mean it's okay to say on stream. Dillhole doesn't have any real meaning. Alright, God bless. God bless. I do sleep on a Lisa mattress. In general, the only product that we have advertised on the stream currently or in the past that I don't use personally is Cardsphere, because I don't own physical Magic cards. But before I took Cardsphere as an advertiser, I did research on them, and everybody I talked to that had used them was very happy with them. And that's the feedback that I've still had from subs that have used them now too, so I think they were okay to add to the advertiser. My work network, IVP'd and 2 went down, praise Mondays. I think I just slammed the Dust Drinker here. That's true. That's true. I haven't actually used... Well, technically, I used the subs to... Like, you subs are great. You provide a great service. Doing this on mobile is the hardest thing I've done in a while, but the emotes are worth it. Thanks for the 3 months, Panda. Joke's on you, opponent. My hand's full of bad cards. Oh, they don't have Cryptic mana up, actually. That's pretty good for us. Oh, I should have fetched first, technically, but we weren't punished. I definitely didn't pay attention to notice that they were missing the third blue. Chandra. Poor pretty lady. She's gonna get snap bolted and die now. So Linux have good remote desktop software. I've actually never had to use remote desktop from Linux before. That's not true. I've used TeamViewer before. I don't know if that formally counts as remote desktop software. We've played Hazoret in the previous build of this deck. I think I like the previous build of this deck more. That was more aggressive. So if you're interested in seeing more of this deck and this build seems a little bit medium, I think the list we played last time was a little bit better. It definitely had a more aggressive slant. It had like Simian Spirit Guides, and it had like Hazarets in the main. So if you're into trying to make Mox Amber work, I think there might be something here, but I think I would look back more in the direction of the first time we played this archetype as opposed to this specific list. If you go to my YouTube channel, youtube.com/Jeff Hoagland, you can find video archives of every league I've played there on stream. And if you look in the descriptions of the videos, there are deck lists in the video descriptions. That's like saying don't give your information to anybody. Like, do you not shop at Target or Walmart because their credit card stuff could be breached because it's happened in the past? Like, shit happens. I feel like I can't just take these hits. This isn't flipping anytime soon. I'm just going to trade. I didn't try and save my Kytheon with his ability there because my opponent would have just used a removal spell in response. Yeah, this really wasn't a fan of this build of this deck. Yeah, I don't have anything specific as into this build in general. I think I would, if I wanted to work off red-white legends or white-based legends more in the format, I would go back to the build we played on the previous stream and try and work off of that a little bit. Yeah, I think so, Bob. The other build felt more aggressive, so, like, trying to be more interactive. Basically, this is the TLDR for Modern, I feel like. If you're trying to be more interactive, but you're not playing a bunch of Inquisitions and Thoughtseizes, you're probably going to fail at being more interactive, so you shouldn't do that. You should focus on your linear draws and maybe some prison elements or some big go over the top card, but like this kind of mid-rangey dirtily thing didn't feel like it worked out particularly well.